Oh, all right. Hello.
Hi, can you speak a little bit louder because you're not
Sure. Okay, cool. Let's see if that works.
There we go.
Cool.
Break the silence.
Mhm. Just for fun, just to play. Clearly, there's awareness here now of whatever's coming up. Anything that comes, there's awareness of. And just get a sense of where is that awareness? Just in your own felt sense. No, it doesn't have to be a right answer or a wrong answer. Just playing and exploring. There's some
I don't know is the first part. And
Yeah.
I'm more focusing on what you first said because I'm very in my head. So I'm not sure even about the awareness. Although you're
Okay.
correct, like I'm aware of all the thoughts coming up.
Yeah. So there's awareness of the thoughts coming up. And
There is, but I'm
awareness,
not sure I
where,
can separate them at the moment. I'm not sure if I can
no,
separate the awareness and the thoughts.
okay, no problem. We just exploring. We're just making some very fine distinctions here, just for fun. So there's awareness of, you said I'm in my head, so somehow what's in your head, your attention is with the thoughts, right? Thoughts are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Are you also aware of the rest of your bodying activity? Are you aware of your feet on the floor and your bum on the chair like that?
Yeah, when you ask that, I become aware of it.
You become aware of it. Okay, cool. And then just when there's thoughts going on, then attention kind of goes to the thoughts. But so we're just looking at how it functions, yeah? No right way, no wrong way, anything like that, yeah. And then how do you sense that our systems meet each other? Just with the whole body or just with what?
Yeah, I mean, it's different to usual. Normally, I settle in much easier and I feel you much easier.
Yeah,
My mind is active and I'm in a very mentally active place the last few days. So there's not that natural resonance at the moment.
no
But something's
problem.
looking
So
at it, wants it.
yeah, and so just to, like I said, no right way. There's no special way to be, Lara. So you're just noticing that this thinking is active at the moment. And then I just asked the question, how do you sense that our systems meet each other? Do they meet each other, including the whole body, or barely meeting at all, or just how do you, and it
Yeah,
changes
not
moment by moment for sure.
yeah, that's the other thing. It does change moment by moment. I wouldn't say the bodies were overly included. I would say there's a attention on what you're saying and
Yeah.
um, um,
Do you have the sense that I feel you? And again, it's a question in the moment. So it might not have been a second ago, but in this moment, you're just checking.
yeah, that's the funny thing actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find an answer and then it's changed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Every question will change it for sure. I felt like there was just a moment of becoming aware of the breath. Yeah. Was the thinking slowed down or was it sped up or?
mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's slowing down.
And like there's really no special way for it to be. It's just changing all the time. It's doing its thing.
yeah, there's a sense of something wanting to, I don't know how real it is. Something's wanting to, I don't know if it's a thought that's wanting to be spoken or a moving forwards. Something's feeling a little bit restricted.
Where
I
do you
think
feel
maybe
that in the body?
it's more like an energetic, like there's wanting to move something forward, and yeah, I don't know. It's
Do you sense that any place in the body or outside the body? Where do you sense that?
yeah, when I speak it, you know, my breathing becomes a bit tight. Yeah.
And where does the noticing of the breathing get tight? You know? Where's the you that notices the breathing getting tight?
Yeah, I think that's the bit that is wanting to come forward more.
So that wanting to come forward more, how do you sense that? How do you pick up on that?
Yeah, there's like a not quite understanding. How do I sense that? I don't know.
Yeah, far
I
out.
think
Eh?
it's just more
And
mind.
the eye that senses that, where is that eye that senses that located? Does it have a location? Tricky questions, I know. It's not. It's just playing. Just whatever comes on your screen and ask these questions. Yeah. Again, there's no right answer or wrong answer. It's just.
I have no idea. I have
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, yeah, what. All I know is that I is just so active and causing a lot of problems.
All you know is that. Say again. All you know is that.
Like the I is, I'm so aware of the I in me that's causing a lot of problems, and but I don't know how to.
Where do you sense that I?
Now or in
Yes.
life?
Now.
Yeah.
Where do you sense that I?
What are you referring to as the I?
Yeah, you said. Yeah.
I don't know what
So
you're referring to, and I don't know.
I'm asking you the I that you're referring to. Where do you sense that?
This is really good, by the way. I just really need to go slow on this.
Great.
I don't
Take your
want to
time. Yeah.
because it feels like a really good exploration.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
um,
So at this moment, you said the thinking was going fast. Has that changed, or is it the same, or is it different?
No, it's not going fast, but in every question you ask and in everything I'm looking, something's looking,
Yeah.
and you know. And it's not looking for a right answer because, like you said, it's doesn't work like that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But there's still a looking going on.
And that looking produces some sense of I, right? A feeling sense of I.
So that's a good point. Yes. The
Yeah.
looking
And where do you sense that feeling sense of I? Where is that?
in the looking.
But do you sense it inside the body, outside the body?
I guess between you as a person and me here, so in that space.
In the space, okay, in the space. And
I don't
at
know if
the
anything I'm saying is actually true, by the way.
no, none of it's probably true, but it doesn't matter because we're just talking about perception, yeah?
Yeah, it's perceived. Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you perceive that sense of I?
So I perceived it in you just now. It was like the I was there because my attention went to you.
Okay. So your sense of I was in me.
For a second, yeah. When you're talking, it goes over to you. So it's where I put my attention, I suppose.
Okay, so then your sense of I kind of jumps into what you call me. Did I understand correct?
Is that possible?
I don't know. We're playing, we're looking.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because then I'm making my sense of I out of what your sense of I is.
And the I that's doing that, that's making that, where is that located? It's
I'm not
frozen
sure
on my
I can
screen.
answer that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it froze on my screen for a moment there, so I wasn't quite sure if you could hear me.
Yeah, that I guess the I doesn't know the answer to that.
Yeah, okay. So it doesn't know where it is. Just floating around somewhere.
Yeah, that feels a bit more true.
Yeah.
But I mean, it grabs onto things, so then it becomes solid for a moment, and it thinks it knows itself.
Okay. We inquire like this, what happens to that sense of I? Does it dissolve into a bigger awareness, or does it get more of a pinpoint?
Yeah, it starts to dissolve.
Okay. And just sensing the movements or the energy in the body. How do you sense what's happening in the body at the moment?
Yeah, I guess it becomes a lot more I can't think of the word, like transient. It's just moving and
Yeah. And in the sensing of those movements, flows of energy, whatever you want to call it, is there some sense that those flows are you, or you just there's something that's aware of them?
yeah, the eye is not very involved in that.
Okay. So just drilling down into that a bit more. So just that, who are you? Just your own sense, no right answer, just your own sense. Who are you? Just answering from the deepest that you can in this moment. Nothing you've read, just in this present moment, just here now. Are you the sensation? Are you the thoughts?
The eye came back a little bit. Felt a bit annoyed by that question because it not, it's just
Are you the annoyance? We're playing here. We're just looking to see how life assembles itself, how it projects itself, how it makes, like how it perceives itself in a way. That's all. We're just tracking that moment by moment, just watching what it does. Yeah? To me, as we rest here, it seems like there's, moments of having a sense of I, and then moments of recognizing that that's appearing in awareness. So it's kind of like going backwards and forwards in a way, to my perception anyway.
Yeah.
Don't know how it seems to you, but
Yeah, the same.
yeah. And just a few words to describe how it is in this moment. How does it feel in this moment? Is it more calm? Is it more activated?
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything there.
And does it seem like a problem the way it is, or is it relatively relaxed?
Yeah, it's got everything right now. It's relaxes and then pops up and relaxes, and then pops up and wants something,
Okay.
and then yeah, it's interesting to watch. That feels more settled. The watching of it feels more at ease, which is cool.
Cool. Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you have some sense where the watching happens from? So 2 questions. You have a sense of where the watching happens from, and maybe you have a sense, maybe there's some point of something from where the watching happens. Can you find that, or was even that question dissolves it already the moment it gets asked?
There is a sense, and then there's also, again, with the minute you start looking, there's a combination of mind and dissolving at the same time.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's the looking, like the actual sense of the eyes looking and perceiving, and that feels different to normal. I mean, I've experienced it before, but relatively to maybe the last few hours or the last few days.
Okay.
What was the second question?
So, first question was where the noticing is happening from. If you have some sense of where that happens from.
Is that not the same?
No, and then what's aware of the noticing. So the noticing is happening, and getting some sense, where does that noticing happen? And then going, like a little bit deeper, what's aware of the noticing?
I feel like I have to kind of move my body a bit and make sure I'm in the world to answer that, because when I'm just still and quiet, it's easy for everything to dissolve, and that's not my reality in the world. So I'm like wanting to play with being really solid and, relative to my life, and do this exploration rather than me just
So
sitting here and dissolving into it.
Yeah, so that sense of I that wants to do that, where's that? Is it in the belly, in the heart, and throat, in your head? Where is that I
In
that
everything
wants
I
it?
do, it's when I make a movement, it's when I smile, it's when I think, it's when I move my hand, it comes up
And so
in
where
all
is that?
changes.
Changes, okay. Far out.
So yeah, I guess the interest would be in realizing the thing that isn't changing, and can, see all that happening.
Yeah, so that's why we're just playing around. We're just watching, like somehow within what we call consciousness, there's an observing, which is an activity. And quite often that observing brings about a sense of an observer. But then looking, where is that observer? Is there an actual place where that observer sits? Or when we look, is there awareness of that observing activity? And then the observer kind of dissolves, because
I guess the awareness of it just grows.
Yeah, cool. Did you have a bit of fun?
Lots. Yeah, no, it's really, yes, it's fun, and it's precious. It's really precious to explore like this. I mean, where else can you do that?
All right, Laura.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Isaac.
Klaus.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Klaus.
So this was very interesting for me to hear you speaking with Laura.
Laura, yeah.
Laura, yeah, because the questions are the same for me that always appear when I'm sitting or when I don't know how to describe it. For me, it seems to be that I always see what I'm doing, what I'm talking, what I'm thinking, not always, but most of the time I'm the one who thinks and does anything, nothing special. And then it happens that I'm aware of this.
Yeah.
And it's like a little bit, oh, I'm here, I'm there. And then I'm falling back again, doing my thing the whole day. And so there are always some minutes during the day where it's a little bit awakening what happens in my conscious. And when I take time and sit down, then it may be that this little awakening of what I'm doing, I am here and I'm thinking, there are thoughts, there are the body and there are feelings. It's kind of seen. It's kind of
yeah.
And when I try to go to this place, and sometimes it gets quiet and it gets spacey, and it feels like being free, like being totally free.
Yeah.
And it can be.
Yep. So that's I'm curious just to look. So there's an I, a sense of I that knows a deeper sense of freedom, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're just backtracking for a second and we're looking at that sense of I that is interested in the freedom. Just where is that and what is that? So we're just taking a moment to honor it, not to change it or fix it or get rid of it, just to get more in touch. What is that?
I can't say what is it. I can't find it.
And does it have a feeling sense or a quality?
Wow, that's a good question. Feelings and feeling and sensing is so much happening every day.
Yeah.
I can.
Because you spoke of like a sense of freedom, and then something that obviously feels different than that. So we're just looking, what is the feeling?
This freedom is connected to a very strong starting of strong energy that it seems to explode, and
yes,
it comes. Oh no, it's too dangerous.
okay, yeah. So
And
then let's come back to
energy,
that sense that goes, it's too dangerous. What's the feeling of that?
it's fear.
Because that fear.
Yeah.
So there's some, and where do you sense it or feel it?
It's around my heart, where this
Around your heart.
energy
Cool.
is inflating and inflating. I don't know the words. My English is
No
bad.
problem. No problem. So around the heart, and is it more to the front or more to the back?
I can't say. That's right.
Does it have a size or
in the inner heart?
in the inner? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And is it expansive or a little bit contracted?
When the fear comes, then it's contracting.
Okay,
and
so
when it opens, when this spaciness or this idea, it's not an idea, it's a feeling of letting go, and then comes freedom, a feeling of freedom. Yes, I'm free, not I'm free, but there's so much.
This is freedom.
It seems to get light, and it seems to get. Sometimes there's is such a strong energy that the whole day I'm like I'm only smiling, and it's so
yeah. All right. Yeah. So somehow there's these movements between like fear and some sense of contraction, and then like a seeing through it, and then just a release. Yeah, just a release of space and freedom. Just like the identity shifts from being involved with, like revolving around contraction to recognizing the awareness in which the contraction is appearing. Yeah. Interesting just to watch how somehow the sense of I shifts from being contracted to being awareness. Just a movement.
It's the same when I'm with you sitting like this, and sometimes there's, I call it love, that wants to flow or joy.
Mm.
And no, it's contracting again, and I don't understand.
And what's interesting is it's clear that you don't do that contraction. It's just an automatic, yeah.
Yes,
It just happens by itself, yeah.
It happens automatic. That's true. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can control it.
Can control it, exactly.
And is there a solution for this problem?
We're just tracking it, you know. We're just tracking it. We're just watching how that it does its thing, and it hasn't, you know, it doesn't mean anything about awareness, who you actually are, but it gives a sense of being a contracted, finite being for a period in time, you could say, to being something that's free and not in time even. It's the time appears in that freedom, you could say it like that. So it's going backwards and forwards between these different organizations, because it's a whole, you know, it's like, it's a whole wiring, a whole chemical story, because, you know, like the contraction is a whole bunch of chemicals, and the other is also, it's just like a release. It's, you know, then there's a flow of, you could call love or beauty, and then something goes, no, that's too much, and wants to pull back, you know. It's just.
But if I could, I don't know who is saying that, but if I could decide it, I would let go. I would open, because it's so
No doubt.
and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I'm sitting every day, one or two times a day, and trying to open and trying to look and trying to feel. Not feel. Emotions are not helpful. But it's not always. It does its thing. It's like love. Love also does its own thing. You can.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
Yeah.
So I have to live with it. Nice, beautiful.
So as we're resting together, your system is exploring it. Just letting it explore. It's just no special way to be. It's just making some very fine distinctions.
there's always the idea that being aware and being yes, being aware, it should there should be this nice feelings,
Yeah.
like it is in being, also only being. Being is, I find it's easier. It's so I don't find the words. Excuse me.
Take your time. Take your time.
Being is, it's like a wave, and that's subtly there, and it's like a shower as it feels, and I feel it in the body, and
Yeah.
and
Something lets go, yeah. Something
yes,
just lets
let's
go.
go, and it's so easy,
Yeah.
and that's no problem.
Yeah.
And then there seems being seems to deepen somehow, and
Yeah.
then there is a seeing of this being.
Yes. Yes.
It's no more only being.
Yeah.
And this seems to open the heart. And
Yes.
yes, this close up, close down. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's amazing. And there's so much joy. I'm so thankful. So thankful that I found you and that I can be with you every day.
Yeah.
From the morning to evening, always talking to you and laughing with you, and it's so beautiful.
Beautiful, Klaus. And you know, to me, when we explore like this, we're just getting the capacity to make finer and finer noticing happens, yeah, just like this, because we're really tracking subtle movements, yeah. Like the heart opens, everything relaxes, it's just space, it's just peace and beauty and love. Yeah.
And there's so much emotions, like now in this moment when I feel touched, when I want to say something and to express something, and then the emotions come and try somehow to shut down, to prevent me or save me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, amazing to watch how out of this beauty, then the next movement rises, just something comes, and you just watch it, that's all.
Yeah, it seems to be easy. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Klaus. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, feet.
Hi, Isaac. Hi, everybody. So, having fun today. It's great. It's a great, wonderful, most wonderful session today. As the ones before, of course, too. So you said there is no seer. There is only seeing. But this is an activity appearing in awareness. So there is only awareness, like you said. Yeah. Not even seeing.
Seeing how, yeah, it's like it's, if you look to try and find who's seeing,
Yeah.
all you'll find is the seeing. You can't really find someone.
Yeah.
Well, I don't anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just, and that seeing is appearing in awareness.
Yeah.
And then some subtle activity can start up with that wants to kind of make it into something, you could say. And then with that subtle activity, again, there's a sense of I.
And then this whole world of form, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. It is,
Contents. Yeah.
Yeah.
How can this happen? Yeah.
It really is a mystery. I mean, it's like, wow, amazing.
Like Klaus said, yeah. 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 How can a mystery be understood by thinking?
So amazing to see how like there can just be space and then a sense of I, a sense of feet, or something arises and then dissolves. And just, yeah.
Yeah, this dream of feet is not at all necessary for functioning well.
Yeah, yeah. It's just movements, actually thoughts, just like little subtle movements. That's all. It's not, doesn't actually exist independent of anything. It's just. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah, thank you. Funny. Hmm. Hmm.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
You can hear me, yeah?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. There came up some question which I would like to look at with you. It seems like a mental question, but I don't know really. When everything that I call me is, it was so clear a moment ago, but I have to.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. This whole thing I call me is like an activity, actually, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
clear.
When I look at a small child beginning to crawl or to walk, I wouldn't say it has a motivation to walk. It doesn't have a goal in mind. It just is doing what it's doing. Maybe you can call that an interest. I don't know what to call it. But they just do what they do when they're small. They just don't have a goal in mind. It seems they develop quite good in that way. But along the roads, there comes more into view like a motivation. When I look at my life, at least, like you do something to get something. And that becomes the main thing, actually, for speaking for myself. And that's how I see the whole world, is building around us. You build a house to be dry or whatever. I wonder if, as a group of people, you're together and you just live this interest, then you would do your necessary things. You would looking for food or whatever. But this motivation thing has taken over so much. Yeah. Is it possible to live just with the interest? Yeah, I don't know. The question becomes obscure.
It's interesting when we look at like animals and how they live. If you go into the wild, you see apes or giraffe or lion. Like they're just living like that, moment by moment.
Yeah.
You know, when they're full, they rest and digest. Then when they start to get hungry, then they look for food, I guess. That's the predators. And then the animals that graze are just grazing and resting, and at certain seasons mating. And, you know, it's just like life is just doing its thing, so to speak, in that expression. Yeah. Same thing with the plants. They just, you know, and humans come along and somehow, depending on the culture that we come from, or I'm sure there's tribes that live in the Amazon that are still very, you know, living very naturally, I would say it like that. Then, you know, we've grown up in a culture where there's a habit to put pressure on ourselves and then to make meaning and yeah, all of those.
Yeah.
And then, you know, with luck, there might be a moment or two in the lifetime where we just stop and be.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Isa.
Yeah. Angelia.
Wrong button. Can you
No
hear me?
worries. I hear you and see you. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes. I don't want to say any buts today. I have this I don't even know how to put it in words, but this ability of a human being which doesn't exist to think. I mean, when one listens to these teachings, thinking is something, it's just thinking, right? So, but they are like different. What I'm trying to say is thinking as such is a very beautiful human instrument. And God, I don't really know what I want to ask. I'm just trying to, not put everything in the same bin and, I just think, oh, this is just a thought. I mean, there's also something very beautiful about thoughts. You're yawning. I don't know my question, actually. Perhaps you can, do you know what I'm trying to?
Thinking is it's the capacity to solve problems. So like we can design a house, or we can bake a cake, or we can build a atom bomb, or we can build a space rocket. We can, it's a capacity to solve problems, basically. We
What
can, like, if someone gets sick, we can look and say, okay, so there's something's happening in that person, and then we can use this capacity to think, to see, is it something they ate? Is it something, is it old trauma that's expressing itself? Is it, what's going on, So we have that capacity to kind of look at something and then let it run through our filters and see, what experience we have in relating to it. And so, like because I know you're studying to be a doctor, I think. So, you know, you're not studying medicine? Oh, I thought you were studying medicine. I don't know where I got that impression. Anyway, yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking like for what I'm trying, like whatever I will think will be conditioned, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's this thing like philosophy, like I'm just trying about this sort of drive that you want to understand, but still you know you can't understand it, but you still want to sort of explore that field in a consciousness that you don't exist, but still have this instrument where you can anyway, I don't know, like
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, you know, we can say there's many different tools, like fire is a wonderful tool, yeah? When you're cold or when you want to cook something, it's a fantastic tool. And it's useful for certain things. But it's, you know, like, how could I say? If you wanted to, let me try and find an example. You wanted to grow a vegetable garden. It wouldn't be a good idea to make a big bonfire right where your vegetables are growing. It wouldn't be the right tool for that. You know, you could say maybe you use it first to clear a space for a garden, but once the garden's growing, the fire wouldn't be a useful tool for that environment. So then if we can see thinking as a tool, then what would it be useful for? To be at peace, it's not useful.
well, I have this imagination that you can think and be at peace.
It's no problem. You are peace itself. So in the moment, where there is nothing to solve, nothing to fix, nothing to get rid of, what would thinking be good for?
Has no place at the moment.
There's no place in that moment, yeah. So then, you know, like maybe hunger arises. Then a thought comes, what's in the fridge? Or is there a restaurant nearby? Or is there a supermarket nearby? Or is there a farmer's market? So in that case, the thinking is related to a sensation of needing food. And it's related, then it's useful.
If a thought would arise, let's talk about this ungraspable. Now, I'm just saying, there would be like a field where you don't sort of see things as objects and whatever. You are in that.
Then it would be in the direction of poetry or music or something like that, you know, to be, yeah, just coming from nothing. Like, you know, if I read Kabir or one of the great mystic poets and something like something, then they can catch with sound and with words a way of pointing that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's nothing, you know, it's not I don't see it as a problem. It's just like what I do know is that when there's no when there's a deep resting and the moment is being met as the beloved, there's not much thinking. There's no, but if there's something like I'm in the project where I want to build something, then thinking comes in, okay, what materials do I need? What needs to happen for that project to happen, yeah? Then it's a useful tool.
Same goes for example, for a philosopher or something.
For what?
For a philosopher, for example.
Yeah, if there's guys wanting to try and develop a system of thought or something, yeah, then I guess it's useful for that.
Of that consciousness, I mean, in regards of that consciousness. Okay, I think you made many things very clear for me.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Isaac. I just thought it would be fun to look in your eyes, and I don't have any questions or requests.
No beauty.
But I love that meeting. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
So you found yourself a place in Gemira, a little apartment or something?
Yes, yes. I have a wonderful apartment from friends, and I can stay here till end of October. And
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here. I mean, each day more relaxation is happening. Well, the last 3 months were like,
Yeah.
great.
You see the ocean from your balcony?
Yeah. I have to go to that balcony, then I see the ocean. When I go to that balcony, I see the swimming pool.
Yeah, because when you were on one balcony, I thought I could see the ocean in the background, and the other one I couldn't. I thought, well, maybe I imagined it, but there's two balconies. Okay.
And it's wonderful warm, like 28 degrees each day. Wow.
Yeah.
So winter can come.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. There's so much, I don't know how I could name it. It's like gratefulness, love, and thankful. So beautiful. So, and I love to project it on you. So.
As long as you do it with a sense of humor, it doesn't matter.
Yes. Yeah, I know your humor, and so.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, beauty. And Bas, you're also on Gemira, eh? Nearby Gaia?
2 days ago, we were walking together and had a coffee together. So yeah, I'm also there. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Bas, for hosting. Thanks, beloveds. Sure.